Welcome back to the review of your course schedule. And I'll apologize in advance for any congestion this recording will bring. Your course schedule is located under Content in your course. And in order to access your course schedule, you'll click here. This allows you to access it in line, which means it just expands it here. But in order to download it, you'll have an opportunity to select download. My download, I'm using Chrome and Windows 11. So here in this option, I have an enable editing on my screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and enable editing. And here you have your course schedule. Your course schedule now has been downloaded in your wherever you take your downloads folder. And let's take a closer look at how to view it. So here you also have an opportunity for those of you that choose to format it or reformat it. You have an opportunity to do so as well. It's totally up to you. The schedule is provided as standard and you can make it your own. I'm picking back up here because I've formatted my course schedule just to make it easier to read and provide me some distinction here. So let's understand what the course schedule looks like, what's provided, and how do we link the actual course schedule itself with the assignments folder. So here I have my course schedule open in Microsoft Word. I am going to, and if you have the ability to print it, you can choose to print it. In this case, we can just go and do File Print. If you decide, and then you'll select your printer location. I'm not going to print it here. I'm going to go back. So now that I have my course schedule open and possibly printed, I'm going to minimize it. I'm going to go back to my course content. Update my view to student view so my screen can look like yours or similar. So this is where your course schedule would be. And again, I've already downloaded it, so I have it available to me here. So let's see if we can have them both open simultaneously here. Okay. So it says assignments. You have your course orientation and set up your Cengage. Your material asks you to review the material in the Start Here module, and it gives you the due date. So here we have Start Here module. I'm selecting the information here. You'll go through your list of helpful videos, welcome and basic course information. So your helpful videos gives you videos or provides you with access to videos that are going to how to submit assignments on Blackboard, to how to review assignments on Blackboard, and test taking and test submission information. And you'll also notice that as you navigate through the items, it shows that you've opened them, and you'll see your progress throughout the course. Here is provided your steps for installing Microsoft Office. The steps are when you go to your My Apps feature, and you'll be able to see this better as you download that document. But it shows that, again, if you see our example provided, and you see Leslie Martin here, our Associate Dean, and then it says install Microsoft 365. You will need to have the actual application. You will need to have the actual application and not be working from the web app. You will need to have the actual application and not be working from the web app. So here, once you review your course structure, ensure that you complete your course entry quiz. Here you have your due date. And I realized that the schedule may be modified in order to accommodate for changes as required due to weather, things of that nature. That will be updated, but the course entry quiz is essentially important because this is a state mandated requirement. So you have an opportunity to answer. Once you select your answer, you'll submit the item. Once the item is submitted, you'll get, let's see, a confirmation that it has been submitted. And here I'm back in my contents folder. The next item is your student discussions. Your discussion topics, you'll read the information first. And if you do not see the information that is other people's posts, that's because you're required to post first. And then you'll see the others as posted. Here is the folder where I started the video demonstration. So the demonstrations that we're doing now will be located in one folder. Also essentially important, so let's go back to my course schedule just to make sure I'm still in the right place. Let me maximize it. And I apologize because I'm doing split screens and trying to make sure I capture everything. So here we had to complete the course entry quiz. So we know we were working with the Start Here module. So like our SAM and our Cengage assignments, it'll give us that direction and shows us where to go. So the next item after we reviewed our Start Here materials, then we completed our course entry quiz, and then it says complete your student introductions. Anything that says complete and that shows on your course schedule is be graded items that you ensure that you complete in order to be submitted for a grade. The next item here, and we still have a February the 3rd date, is to select. Make sure you've gone through the inclusive access folder, I apologize, and then the getting to know MindTap folder, and then we'll take a closer look at the file management module. So I know I've done Start Here, and I just took my quiz, so now I'm going to go back to the inclusive access folder and see what that's about. So here, where you're selecting your inclusive access with Cengage. And that means that when you purchased your material and signed up for the class, you have everything you need in order to start, in order to achieve your success. And with that being said, that means that make sure that you're following the instructions inside the course. Make sure you're accessing the Cengage links from inside the course. This is going to be essentially important. This is some things to know. And again, you're responsible for going through all of this information. I'm just going to provide you some highlights. Things to know before starting. It says don't use the back button. Don't leave the assignment open or inactive for a long period of time, 2 hours. When you say ready to submit the assignment, and if the browser crashes or becomes unresponsive, you must manually close it, and you will be able to resume tasks back into Cengage. So the next item, does your browser choice matter? Yes, it does. You should only use the following browsers for your work. Choose Firefox or Chrome. Doesn't like here. Internet Explorer sometimes. Course platform and ebook information. Well, here. Wait a minute. There goes again the correct way to access Cengage assignments. Make sure that you have gone through the items in this folder. It's going to be essentially critical to your success. So you can listen there. Mind Tap. In the Getting to Know Mind Tap, notice that you have an inclusive access, and you'll also notice that the links are different based on the items that's available, but ensure you've completed your inclusive access quiz as well. It gives you the items and the attempts and will be updated by your gradebook. So if I'm going back to my course schedule, I'm listing here, I've listed there, and they've also listed, so here it gives me a status as a student and file management. Again, this is a module on file management, and then the next item it provides you with is the file management assignment. We're going to view the instructions, their assignment instructions associated with the items. Make sure that if you do your assignment submissions, or once you do your assignment submissions, it says for this assignment, create a folder under your documents with the name CIS 110. Under this folder, create a folder for each. So you'll have a Word, PowerPoint, Excel assignments folder. And this video shows you how to complete that. So I'm going to go back to my course schedule just to make sure that I've covered everything. With all of my windows open. Again, your schedule will look different. I formatted it here. And then we have a break February 9th to 11th. And then we go on to the Teams module. So it says review the material in the Teams module. Minimize here. Go back to my course content. I'm going to close my file management folder. I'm going to go into my Teams folder. And it says review the material. So you have your overview, you have your read, you have your SAM, you have your team's information. Where it provides you the information to do your training. And I'll know that I'll provide videos or SAM exam videos to assist in that process and delivery process. Again, I apologize for any items here. And then you'll see the due dates associated there. And I think that completes how we navigate our course schedule. If you have questions, message me from inside of messages. You'll send a new message. Select the person that you want to send it to. And again, I'm in a student view, so mine isn't activating here, but you'll select new message and then go from there, and that'll be our primary means of communication. Will be inside of Blackboard. That'll keep a record. So thank you in advance. If there are any additional questions, please feel free to message me, let me know, and I look forward to having a great semester.